actually get into the different sections of the song and how to play those. So I'm going to walk you through the song as we go. I would say there's 3 main sections to remember, and once you got those down, that's the whole song. Actually, the chords are always the same, so it's just repeating those 3 sections in sort of various pattern. It sort of mixes up towards the end, but it's pretty regular. So that makes it easier to remember. Also, as a note, this song has a lot of chords. So don't try necessarily like you might with a 4-chord song to memorize it the first time. There's really no need for you guys to do that. Right above this video is going to be the chords posted for it, right, and it'll be right above the words, so you can just follow that along exactly. There's a lot of chord changes in this song, and it gets a little complex. I think this is probably going to be one of the more complex songs you guys have learned. So don't worry about trying to memorize those. That will just confuse you more. And for the recital, you're going to have the piece of paper with the chords right in front of you anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. The 3 main parts are the intro or like verse. The verse has a repeating pattern of 2 like patterns. So it's C, F, C, B7, E minor, G, and A minor. So that first part is C, F, C, which is just "Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining," which is pretty easy. Then the second part is B7, E minor, G to A minor. And this actually, I think it will show in the chords the very first verse. I think when David Crowder plays it, he actually skips the B7 on the very first one. But that's just like minor stuff because he's doing picking in a different area. And so, just for the sake of the chords and stuff, it doesn't matter. Just play the B7 because that's what's going on anyways in the background. And it helps you with the pattern. So the pattern is C, F, C, E minor, or B7, E minor, G major, A minor. So that's the first pattern. That's the verse, and it sounds all together like this. This is the C, F to C. That's the C, F, C, and then you get to the B7, E minor, G, A minor. You slide down to the B7. G, and then A minor. And then it repeats all over again. So every single verse has 2 of those patterns. The C, F, C, B7, E minor, G, A minor, and it does it again. And that is a full verse, and then it'll go into the pre-chorus and chorus. So, now that you know what that sounds like, I'm going to show you the pre-chorus. So after he gets through that B7, E minor, G to A minor part, it goes into this pre-chorus straight. And the reason I'm calling it pre-chorus is just to help you remember because it's always the same. But you could technically think of it as tacked on to the end of the verse because it's always repeated after the verse, so you can remember it's going to be there. But the pre-chorus is just G to C, and then again G to C. So that part's not hard to remember. So a thrill of hope, back to C. The weary world rejoices, and then back to G. For yonder breaks out new and glorious morn. So that's that part. And as soon as that's done, you actually get into the real chorus. So we have the verse, the pre-chorus, and now we have the chorus. The chorus starts out with 4 minor chords in a row. It's the 3 of the ones I showed at the beginning. A minor, to E minor, to D minor. And then it goes back to the A minor where you started. So it's 4 minor chords in a row, and you're repeating the A minor at the beginning and the end. So A minor, E minor, then D minor, which you can also do that cheater D like we talked earlier, and then back to A minor. So it goes up. The sound of it is kind of like E minor, please, D minor, oh, hear the voices. Then we get to the end of the chorus, which is just C, F, C, G over and over again, depending on where you do it, but it's just sort of switching that until it fits. So, divine, let's C to F, oh, C, G, na, na, na. C, F, C, and G, and it'll have it on your paper better, but you don't have to really worry about that because it's just C, F, C, and G over and over again. So those are the three parts. When played all the way through, it should sound like this. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world. We're doing that second part of the first verse. And Arapine. Then slide down to the B7, E minor, to G. Joe found its worth. Then to the pre-chorus, which is G and C. A thrill of hope. Which is just those 4 minor chords in a row. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear angels' voices. Oh, night divine. Just the C, F to C, G part. It's just C, F, G, and various run-throughs, and that should have it on your paper. It's really easy. So, that is the whole song. I think the pattern of the actual song is verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, or something like that. But it's not important. You'll have it on the paper, and you can re-look it up online. So, you can just come back to those parts if you need any help, or listen to that part all the way at the end, and I'll explain everything. Keep practicing those parts so they sound good, and yeah, just keep practicing that, and as well as the other 2 songs, and I will hear you after the Thanksgiving break. So good luck with that, and I'll see you then.